Okay. Second part. Am I even... Can we hear me? Should really put an apron on. An apron? Can't hold it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Marilyn Rossano from Rossano's Casa. So last week you would have seen me make sort of part one of this meal, which was my roast pumpkin side dish salad, whatever you want to call it, served with beautiful garlic Greek yogurt, some toasted pine nuts, coriander, and some chili. Anyway, so I made that and I'm serving it with these chicken thigh fillets that I'm going to marinate. So this marinade I shared over on TikTok, Instagram. Yeah, TikTok, that's a whole nother world there. But on Instagram, it was very, very popular. A lot of people have made it. They have loved it. I love this mix. I will say there is a little bit of spices. For me, I think spices and dried herbs are so underrated in terms of really amplifying your dishes, flavor bomb. I do not like to see an anemic looking piece of chicken. I like it to be very well marinated, very well, yes, just very well, because I feel like it just tastes so much better. Anyway, I'm making 2 kilos today, and I'm saying that because the recipe will be for 1 kilo. However, I'm doubling it because if I'm going to grill, especially in this heat outside, I'm going to definitely be double batching. I will leave some of these, in an airtight container in the fridge once cooked, or I can grill half today, grill half in a couple of days, especially if you are a meal planner, meal prepper. If your family love, just quick and easy things, you can definitely make this marinade, a big batch of chicken at the beginning of the week, and it will be fine for a few days in the fridge, and you can just grill as you go, especially if you come home from work, whatever it may be. So I say all this because I hope that it becomes part of your family meals. Anyway, so I have chicken thigh fillets. There is no skin, there is no bone on these. You can do this marinade with whatever, cutlets, breast, tenderloins, whatever you please. The cooking time will alter depending on the size of your chicken pieces. These are probably going to take about 7 minutes on each side, medium-high heat. So I'm literally going to flip the camera around. I run through all the spices, the dried herbs that I use. And another thing that I would like to say, is that you could definitely, times 5. So if you get a spare jar, you could definitely add all these spices, times by 4, times by 5, whatever whatever math you're mathing, and combine it into a jar so that it is ready to go. Now, some of you are probably watching thinking, I can already get spices that are already made up. Yes, you can. However, there are sometimes some ingredients in them that you can't pronounce, or they are described by a number or a code. And although for some people that's okay, and it is okay, it's no problem. Sometimes I'm like, well, you know what? It doesn't take that much time. If you feel like your spice jar, like your spice cabinet or drawer is overflowing, I encourage you to take things out, maybe make your own mix into one jar so that you can just scoop a couple of 2 or 3 tablespoons into your chicken, your fish, your pork, your beef, your steak, whatever it may be, rather than scavenging packets and things. I've arranged mine in little jars. If you don't have space, like I said, you could just buy packets, make a mix into one jar and use it pretty much for everything. Okay, that was a mouthful. Let's flip the camera around, go through it and marinate it because it's literally going to take no time. Okay, as we can see here, I have chicken thigh pieces. I've cleaned them, I've patted them dry. The old debate of to wash or not to wash your chicken, we will not go there. I have some finely chopped parsley, fresh parsley. I like this addition to the recipe. Garlic powder, onion powder, sweet paprika, smoked paprika, dried oregano, and dried thyme. Olive oil, salt, pepper, which I don't know what my salt, pepper is. It's over here. All right. It is very easy. This seems like a lot. Like I said, if you can't be bothered, that's fine. A lot of the time, I haven't done this mix and added it to one jar because I wanted to show you. And you could always leave certain things out, replace them, whatever kind of goes. But I find this mix amazing. I feel like dried thyme is very underrated. But Anyway, so let's get marinating. Let's go in with our parsley. You could leave this out if your kids hate the sight of anything kind of green, then just leave it out. Garlic powder, 1 teaspoon. I'm going to add in a couple because like I said, I'm double. Some are going to say, why not use fresh garlic? I feel like when you're grilling fresh garlic on, you know, a protein, it will burn on the barbecue or grill or whatever. Onion powder, love the taste of it. We're going to go sweet. Paprika, 1 teaspoon. I'm adding in 2 because we can do maths, everyone. Let's go in with our thyme, 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to add in about 3. You know, some people are going to be like, you're using the same spoon. My spice jars are like basically finished. 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. So I'm going to go in about 3 teaspoons. This is just an eyeball recipe. As long as you kind of you can mix the quantities around depending on your taste buds. 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, however you pronounce it. So that's it from the spices. We'll go in with our salt, eyeball. Now, some people are like, that's a lot of salt. Chicken, I feel like, is quite meh without it. And cracked black pepper. You could use white pepper as well. Up to you. I'm using light olive oil, 3-ish tablespoons. We just do that. That's what we do. And I'm going to grab a disposable glove and mix it up because I don't like to touch chicken with my raw hand. Let's mix that up. You want to ensure that the chicken pieces are mixed and incorporated really, really well. Now, like I said, you could definitely marinate this. I mean, look, it's best to marinate this the night before. Marinate anything the night before because the flavors really sort of penetrate into that protein, or you could do this an hour or so ahead of time. If you do marinate it and put it into a container into the fridge, get a container that is wide enough for the chicken pieces. I like to, when I'm layering it into a container, make sure they're flat like such. Like I don't like to put my meat like in a ball like that. I like to lay it flat like that, open them up, only because you'll make sure that the marinade is even. There's no, there's no little bits and bobs that are folded and, like that. Look, see what I mean? If you didn't open it up a little bit. And also then when you take it out of the fridge and leave it to come down to like room temperature a bit before you grill it up, and you're taking it out of the container and onto the grill, it's just easier because you'll take it out of the container and it will just go straight onto the grill without you having to undo a ball. Anyway, that's just because I'm a neat freak. Anyway, I'm going to continue marinating. I'm going to leave this because I've just taken the chicken out of the fridge. I'm going to leave it out for about 30 minutes and then we're going to go grill it on a pretty high heat, medium high, fairly high, more high heat, 7 minutes each side. Let it rest, serve it up with beautiful pumpkin salad. Sorry for the bad angle, but we have a non-stick pan. I love my electric fry pan. You could take this away to travel as well. It's just a Sunbeam. And whenever it goes manky, after about a year or so, I get rid of it and I get a new one. Yes, I can grill outside, bacon, eggs. I can it just gets it on that really high heat. Look, I love my gas cooktop on the inside, but because the space is quite small, it tends to stench. Anyway, I haven't overcrowded the pan. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could put 6 pieces, and this is a banquet size non-stick pan, so it's quite large. Great for stir fries, mind you. Anyway, 7 minutes each side. Flip it over, another 7 minutes, put it in the tray, let it rest before you serve it up. Such a cracker marinade. Anyway, we'll come back when it's done and I'll show you how it looks. 7 minutes, look at that. Nice and crispy, turn them over. In 7 minutes, turn them over. These look a little bit more intense than not, I promise you. It's just nice and crispy. 57 minutes on each. there you have it. Beautiful, juicy, amazing, delicious chicken thigh fillets. I love this marinade so much. Like I said, you could definitely bottle that mix up into a jar and sprinkle it on basically anything. Anyway, they did look burnt in the video. I promise they're not. It's just lighting. Just use my phone here, guys. But they're not. You want to ensure that they are cooked through. So for me, medium high, more on the high side, about 6 to 7 minutes each side. I then let them rest for about 15 minutes before eating, just so that, just make sure that they're like cooked through, they're well rested, they're nice and juicy. Anyway, that's what they look like. They look black. They're not. I promise they're not. I always pretty much do 2 kilos at a time because my family will pretty much eat the kilo and a bit more, depending on how hungry and how much the kids eat. You could definitely make marinate 2 or 3 kilos, depending on the size of your family, of course. But you marinate a couple of kilos, 2-3 kilos in advance at the beginning of the week, and just pull out pieces and grill them as the week goes on. Apart from that, I hope you love it. Super simple, super easy. I would love to know that if you make it, what you think, anything you added, substituted, took out. I love it so much. But anyway, until next week, do not know what I'm going to be making. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we will be back cooking something else in the kitchen next week. And who knows what I'm going to be serving up at supper club. Oh my gosh, but stay tuned. Anyway, bye. This is my lunch. Want this piece? Oh my gosh, I'm going to plate a bit closer, Marilyn. Beautiful pumpkin. Pick out some chicken. Might have 2 actually. 1 or 2 people. I don't know. Well, we've touched this one now, so let's just go 2. Oh, so good. Wait. Pumpkin is so underrated. I hate pumpkins again. Oh my god. So good. Spice, sweet, but like crispy. Amazing. Amazing with the grilled chicken. You're gonna love it.